Welcome to the Popko Project Podcast, a platform for the discussion and discovery of arts and entertainment. And today I'm joined by Camille from the band Novelists. How are you?
I'm good, and you? How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks so much for joining me.
With pleasure.
And Novelists is a French metal band, correct?
Exactly, yes.
Now, I love doing this podcast so much because I'm introduced to so many different bands and different styles of music. And I can't say that I've ever talked to a member of a French metal band.
Now you can say that.
So thank you. So, I mean, we'll get right into it. You've got a new album coming out May 16th, I believe the date is. And that's called Coda.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And before we get too much into that, I want to talk about kind of the origin of Novelist, because you are a fairly new member, a couple of years, right?
It's been a year and a half that I'm
Year
in
and
the
a half.
band.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, before there was two male singers. The band Novelist is in the game, I think, since it's been 12 years that they are touring and doing albums and music. And I joined the band in 2023.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really new to the band.
Yeah, I mean, that's a year and a half. That's not that long.
No, but we did I did 7 tours with the band.
Oh, wow.
During a year and a half. Yeah, there was they were telling me that they only tour 2 months in a year, and it's been a year and a half, and we already done seven tours. But I'm not gonna complain about it because I'm really happy to do that.
Yeah, that's got to be that's a lot of work.
Yeah, totally. It has been a big change in my life, like in personal and professional life. It's taking the whole space of my life right now. I'm just doing this for a full-time job now,
Full time.
and it's really cool. I'm really grateful for it.
Yeah, I'm sure, and people only dream to get to the level where they're performing music full time. So that's awesome.
Yeah, totally. It's really like a dream come true.
Yeah, good for you. That's amazing. What does the name represent? Anything specific?
The name?
Novelists? The name Novelists?
Novelist. Or originally it's people that are writing novels, like writing lyrics, writing books. So it's like poetic writers.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. And how would you describe your sound as someone who's never heard of you before?
Wow. I would say that it's eclectic. It's metal, of course, metalcore. You can hear some ballads. There is a lot of guitar solo for people who likes guitar solo and guitar in general. There is screams, there is clean parts. And in this new album, there are going to be a lot of surprises. Like we sing in French, in English, and in Spanish, and there is a lot of different kind of sound in this record, and we are really proud of this.
Yeah, I mean, it does have everything. I've had the honor and the privilege to hear the album in advance.
Cool.
And yeah, you're right. It has like those, it's melodic. It's a lot of, your clean vocals. There is screaming. It really has, and that guitar work too. That's like really intricate.
Yeah, it's a thing in Novelist, the guitar parts. So we really wanted to keep it so people will not be disappointed with the missing of guitar. This is like the main subject in Novelist. And we also wanted to add a different dimension. When we create this album, we wanted to shock people by creating new stuff. Like if we did the same thing we did before, it doesn't have any sense to do this. You can just listen to the old records. So we were really trying to find a way to be different and to change the sound, but still staying at novelist style. But we are already thinking about the new album, like how are we going to do now to do different than this one? Like it's still a trick.
How you gonna top it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and you're new to the band, a year and a half. I mean, how did you kind of insert yourself into all of this after, you joined a band who's been around for, at the time, 10, 11 years, you kind of jump in, like, how did you kind of immerse yourself into the process?
I think I had the chance that the boys of Novelist really um, allowed me to be in the band. Like they really supporting me, and they prepare me to the world, like to the music world. When we first released the song "Turn It Up," and that was also the revealing of me being the new singer of Novelist. So they were like preparing me, like, okay, you're gonna have haters because we are switching again. The singer, people are gonna be disappointed. Some fans are gonna leave, but some new are gonna arrive, and that's gonna be cool. And that's the thing. The balance at the end is positive. Like we won more fans, and we found directly our dynamic for creating music and music videos and touring. Like we are really good friends now, and it feels like when we go on tour we're going to holidays together, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. How the audience received the change, because I mean, look at Linkin Park, right? They added
Yeah.
a female to replace Chester, and that's got to be a challenge in itself, right? How do you replace Chester Bennington? But yeah, so you do that, and it's like, how are they going to respond? So I'm glad they kind of received it pretty well.
Yeah, at the beginning, to be honest, there were like, I think almost half of the people that wasn't happy about that. And in the way I can understand that, like when you love a band and the singer is changing, like I totally understand that you will be disappointed, or you were attached to the previous singer. So it's hard to be able to accept the change. But a lot of people were disappointed at first and then came back, and a lot of new fans. We want a lot of new fans with new songs, and for me, like, it was the biggest opportunity in my music career. So I just took it, and I was so happy to be here that nothing can like brings me down. So I was really happy to be here, and I wasn't going to leave because people were not happy. I was just going to love the fact of being here. So sorry for the haters, but that's it.
The hell with them. The hell with them.
Yeah.
No, I mean your voice is beautiful. I mean the parts
Thank
that
you.
I mean I like the screaming part too, but when you're singing, your voice is, like you said, very clean and just very, it's great.
Thank you. I first started singing in clean when I was I think I sing forever. Like when I knew how to talk, I started singing, and I started screaming when I was 18 in a punk hardcore band. And at first, my scream were really bad. I really improved since this time. And yeah, I find I think that being able to scream on stage is so it makes me feel so good. Like you can really um, put all your stress out
Hmm.
and just have fun. While when you are cleaning, you still have the control. You have to be in control with your voice, with the note and the intention. When you scream, you can just give everything out, and that's really cool.
It's like going to the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Therapeutic. Yeah. Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about the upcoming release, Coda. Like I said, May 16th is the release date on that. I know that you released some singles from that already. I think maybe three
Yeah.
or four. Um,
You, yeah.
what was this process like for you?
So we released four songs for the moment. Coda with KO, All for Nothing, and Say My Name. The album is going to be out the 16th of May, and the day of the release, we're going to release a new music video also for the song in Spanish called Maldición de la Bruja. And I'm really proud of this one. And for the creating process of this album, it was really intense because we were touring the US in April, May of last year. We went back to France and we had to go back on tour in September in Europe with Northlane. So we had only the 2 months of summer to finish the album, and we had a lot of work to do. So we spent the whole summer uh, working on this album, and we used the experience of our personal and professional lives to find themes for the songs, to have inspiration for the music and for the ideas we wanted to share. So that was really hard. It's like this album is the name Coda in music. It means the end of some of a song. So we took the image of the end of a chapter for Novelist and the new chapter with me as a new singer for a Novelist. And so this album, there is a lot of emotion on this one because last year we had a lot of tough stuff like breakups, mourning, grieving, and like we had to quit jobs, and there was some hard choices to make. And I think this album is really personal, and there is a lot of our heart inside. So I hope people will like it.
Yeah, I think that's like the coolest part is when, the musicians kind of open up and put all of their emotions and feelings into the music because that definitely comes across, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's really hard, when you are writing the lyrics, the song, you think of your personal experiences, and then you have to give this album to the world. And sometimes people like are asking what this song is talking about, and you're like, oh, but this is really intimate. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's the right word, but
Yeah.
it's really like private, and now I have to give this story to people. But I hope that it will resonate with people, or if people are feeling bad in this period of their life, they will like to listen to this album to feel better, or to resonate with them. So yeah, that's really hard.
Yeah. I always I sometimes ask and sometimes I don't as far as like, do you like sharing what these songs are about with them being so, close and obviously as a musician, you kind of want your audience and your listener to interpret it however they want to. So I guess the question is, um, do you enjoy sharing what the songs are about?
Yeah, I think so. For me, it's really new, this whole interview thing, and like talking about the music, and I'm really new to it. The lyrics are like explicit, like they are really easy to understand, but sometimes you want to know the story behind. And for me, it's really hard to tell people the real story. I can just tell like some like big titles of like what happened, why are we talking about this, why this title is this. So I think it's cool to people for the people to know what we are talking about. Like, okay, I wrote a song, it's talking about my breakup. Okay, I give it to you, it's all right. I can tell you the story, it's all right. So I'm good with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes people don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. I also feel sometimes a little bit uncomfortable, and I'm like, okay, just say it. It won't be that hard.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So you said that you're new to all this. You're new to doing interviews and things like that. You're doing great.
Thank you. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to
I
be like natural.
Yeah, you are. It's funny because I've been doing this in like just this platform under this podcast name for a little over 4 years, and I still try and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay, yeah. So I have still work to do.
No, you're doing great. You mentioned about doing shows in the U.S. and then going back to Europe. How were, were those shows, different? What's the difference in the scenes? I guess you could say.
In the US and in the Europe?
Yeah. Is there
Oh,
a big
that's a good
difference?
question. I don't think there is a big difference. The only thing is that when we toured the US, it was the first time for me that I went there. Like before being a novelist, I never traveled that much. So I live in France, south of France, and I only travel in France and maybe Italy or Spain or England, and it's really close to France. Like I can go by car if I want to. And the first time I took like a big plane to go to the US, I was like a child, going into Disneyland. It was like I was really happy to be in every city. I was visiting every day. So I think that was a little bit more magical than in Europe, because Europe, I already know the countries or the cities, even though there are still cities that I discovered during tour. But I think the US is a big experience for me, like being so far away from home, and be with it's like when you dream of a far country, and now you in there. I also went to Japan and China, and that was also really, how do you say in English? Like when you don't feel like home, it's really changing. Like you feel like you're in another world.
Yeah, I guess maybe like a dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I could probably relate because like I've never been to Europe or France or anything like that, and it's like you see that stuff on TV and it almost like
Exactly.
isn't real. It's like, oh yeah, that's just a part of a movie like that you see. It's like doesn't really exist, and then you get there and it's like, holy shit, like this is incredible.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're like, I was watching, the road, the signals on the road, and I was like, oh, that's exactly like in the movies or in the TV shows. But it's just still a road, it's nothing special for
Yeah.
for people that are living there. But for us, it's like really something.
Do you have a favorite like memory from being in the U.S.? Like whether it was a show or
Mm.
just something you experienced when you were, between
Uh,
shows?
Yeah, I think Chicago was really Chicago or New York because okay, I'm gonna tell you the story about New York.
Yeah.
So we were doing a show before New York, and we had to be in the city before 8 in the morning. So we arrived at 5 in the morning so we can park the RV. So we arrived at 5 in the morning, and we didn't sleep because we were driving by ourselves. And when we arrived, we were like, okay, always, or we sleep until 10, 11, and then we have to go to the venue, or we go now to visit the city. So at 5 a.m. in the morning, we went to New York, Central Park, and we walked during like 3 hours, and then it was the time to go to the venue, so we didn't sleep at all because we wanted to see the city, and it was the last show of the tour, so we were really exhausted, but it was like really a magical moment to see New York in the morning, like almost at the end of the night, and
Hmm.
no one in the streets, and be able to visit the famous monument you see in TV, in cinema. And yeah, that was like a, a suspended moment.
Yeah. Yeah. New York is a special place.
Yeah.
What venue were you at?
I can't remember the name of the venue.
It's
I'm so
okay.
bad at this.
It's okay. I
Sorry.
mean, you see a lot of the world, so I can't fault you
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, and what do you think about that? I mean, did you ever think that music would take you like to the places that you've been to?
I never thought it's gonna be real, but to make fun with people, like when you're a woman, sometimes people are asking you, when are you gonna have kids and stuff, blah blah blah. And I was always telling people, I don't want kids now because I have to tour the world. But it was way before being a novelist.
Hmm.
And now that it's happening, I'm like, oh my God, I'm really doing this now. Like I'm really going um all over the world. And yeah, I feel that I'm so grateful, and I feel so lucky to be able to tour the world, and like sometimes I just stop and I'm telling myself, okay, that's your job now. Like, look at you, and I'm really really happy and proud of it.
Yeah, that's amazing. What do you hope that people feel when they see novelists play?
Hmm. Novelist, when we are doing shows, I think that's the best part of being in a band. This is the thing that I love the most, more than recording session, music videos, or interview. Even though I'm happy to be here with you today, I really like to do shows because I have so. This is what I want to give to people is a lot of energy. We are having a lot of fun, even though we are playing, some serious or sad songs. I really want to have fun because it's why people are going to shows, to have fun, have a drink, and dance with your friends. And I think people, when they will go to see Novelist, they will feel the wow, the energy, like the light shows. We are working on this a lot because we want to offer like a full package of music, sound, and lights, and also like the energy that I will give to people. And yeah, that's already enough.
Yeah, I mean, people really, want to have an experience when they
Exactly.
do things these days. It's like that's like the
Yeah.
most important part. Getting people out of their homes these days is like it could be a
Yeah. Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. When I end a show with Novelist, I'm always sweating from the top to the bottom of my body. Like I'm giving myself a lot. It's like, I'm working on my cardio every day to be able to do shows, even if it's just 30 minutes or 45 minutes of set. I have to be at 100% from the beginning to the start. So I'm really giving myself to the people, to the crowd.
I was going to ask you how you stay in shape for that kind of high energy performance.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
important.
running. I try to run regularly. I also do some fitness, and I play tennis. I dance. I do a lot of sport.
I hate running. I hate it.
Yeah, you have to start, and then you'll like it. But at
No,
the beginning, it's really like, yeah, it's hard.
no. I ran this morning at the gym, and that's not for me.
Oh, but you have to run outside, not in the gym. In the gym, it's too hard.
Well, I was outside. We were doing big laps in this parking lot, but it
Oh,
was
cool.
still dark outside. It was a little
Mm.
chilly. Um, but yeah, I don't like to run. And maybe
Uh,
what you're saying is like, run on a road and kind of you know you know enjoy the scenery, I guess you could say.
yeah, exactly. It's always better to run next to a river instead of
Right. The
in the
parking lot.
gym. Yeah, or a parking lot. Exactly.
Oh man. What would you say some of your influences are?
Oh, as I said, it's really eclectic. Like I started with classical violoncello, and I also listen to flamenco as I have half of my family that is Spanish. I like pop music. I like soul. I like jazz, and of course, I like my main influences in Novelist is punk hardcore, which is not Novelist at all. So we mix all our influences to make Novelist, but I came from punk hardcore scene.
Okay, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, how do you handle any creative differences you might have within the band and in recording and writing and maybe it's show dates and there's a bunch of stuff you have to get ready as a team. Like, are there differences? And if so, how do you kind of navigate those?
Yeah, there is totally different influences, and I think we try to match. And I think that the fact we have differences, it makes us create new things that are surprising, that are shocking. And I think they also, with these records, Coda, they gave me a lot of how do you say credibility, or they just let me create what I wanted to for the
Oh,
lyrics, for the
freedom,
melody. Yeah, freedom,
freedom. Yeah,
exactly, exactly. We were like all adding our touch on the songs, but they were letting me a lot to do what I wanted to. So yeah, a lot of freedom, exactly.
yeah, that's good. That's good when you have that option because sometimes you, especially when you're entering a band that's been established, they might have a certain way they want things done or the way they've done things for however many years. And it's nice that you're coming in and being like, okay, I can do this. I'm capable. These are my thoughts and ideas and what I want to add to this. And it's good that you guys are all open to that.
Exactly. When I joined the band, so the first song we released was Turn It Up, and it was already written before I joined the band. So when I first joined, I was like, playing low key and just listening to what they were saying, even though they were listening to my opinion. And we just changed the chorus because I was in the studio and I proposed a new lead line, and so we kept the old line for the harmonies, and we put the lead that I found for the lead, and in but in the end it was I was not I didn't have a lot of freedom as I have now for this album. That's why I feel more in phase with Coda, with this new album, than the previous song we released. Even though I was still part of the creative process, I was less involved than I am for this record.
Yeah. Well, that's good too. Like sometimes, a band needs to have a new perspective and a new voice, literally, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, totally.
yeah, talk to me about some of the videos. You said you're releasing a new video with the release of the album. I've seen a couple of them. They're really well done. as far as like visuals and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I think I have to bring up is it a pink wig?
Exactly.
That seems to be a constant theme in a lot of the things you do. Talk to me
Exactly.
about the videos itself, maybe about that pink wig, and that kind of stuff.
So for the music videos, so Novelist is been in has been in a game for more than 10 years, and they did maybe 10 or 13 music videos before. And I had a lot of ideas, and they told me, okay, we give you the power for the music videos, the lead. You will tell us your ideas. So I plan everything for the music videos. We wanted to find like a common point between the music videos. So we just found the idea of the pink wig, and we're like, okay, let's see if people will talk about this. And a lot of people are talking about this, like, is it a real hair? Why there is this wig? There is not an explanation for this. It was just like we wanted a pink wig, and to make something to be recognized.
Stand out, yeah.
And yeah, exactly, stand out. And people are still talking about this, like it's a funny thing. Even they are even like waiting for the pink wig in the next music video, so we're happy to give them this.
It's funny. A lot of the bands I've been talking to, I don't know if it's just lately or what it's been, but I feel like a lot of the bands they have like a signature thing that they do.
Yeah.
The one band I've interviewed like maybe a month or so ago, it was called The Dark, and a member of their band like wears like a full mask.
Okay.
Like you can't even see the eyes. It's a full mask, and they change his masks every show. He's got a whole like wardrobe of masks. A guy I talked to recently, Nathan James, he has like these different like vests, almost like I don't say military vest, but not like a dress vest, like a I guess military kind of vest is the best way to describe it. But like it's really cool seeing bands that are doing these things because it sets them apart from everybody else. Like if nothing else, they'll remember, oh, that was the band with the lead singer with the pink wig, or that was the
Yeah, yeah,
band with the guy
exactly.
with the mask on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the cycle of this album. We wanted a pink wig. Maybe the next album I will have a blue wig. I don't know. It was just like an idea when we wanted to use it, and as it was working well, we decided to keep it for the whole cycle.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. If you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Any style,
Yeah, doesn't matter.
I think that would be Billie Eilish.
Oh, okay.
She's so talented, even though if she's not in a metal scene at all. I really like her talent, and her last album. I think I listened to it a million times. So yeah, I would
Yeah,
say Billie Eilish.
she's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, the station I work for a radio station, and it's an alternative station. We play her a lot.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What would you hope that novelist is remembered for in the metal world?
Wow, that's a big question. Uh, I think for live performance, that would mean a lot to me because I think that's the most important. Like for the experience that you are giving to people, I hope that people that will listen to Novelist will tell to other people like, "Hey, I've been to a show and it was so amazing. Like I keep this experience in my heart." And I think that's what I want people to remember from Novelist.
And obviously, the new album comes out May 16th, like we've been talking about. Um, what are plans for Novelist in for the rest of the year once that's released?
We're gonna tour the world to show the world the new album. We're gonna go back to the US, to Europe, and to Asia again. I think Australia too. I'm not sure about this. The schedule is not ready yet. Like we're trying to fit everything in the schedule and to have a little bit of free time. But yeah, that's the plan for the end of the year.
Okay.
And we have a lot of festivals this summer.
Have you done festivals before?
So last year we did uh, like really small festivals. But I think this summer is really gonna be the first time for me to. We're gonna play in Hellfest, Graspop, Download, Radar, and they're gonna be huge festival.
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm gonna handle the stress of playing in front of so many people, but I'm sure it's gonna be great.
you'll be all right. I think
I
you'll be
hope.
okay. Do you know where in the U.S. yet, or can you not say?
When?
Do you know where in the U.S.
Where?
or can you not say?
I cannot say for the
Okay.
moment because it's not planned yet.
Okay. All right. I was just hoping maybe it'd be close to where I live.
Where do you live?
I am based out of Scranton, Pennsylvania. So northeastern Pennsylvania, East Coast,
Okay.
like 2 hours from New York.
Oh, if we go there, I'm sure we're gonna go to New York for sure.
Okay. Very cool. I'll keep my eye on your
Cool.
schedule. Favorite TV show or favorite movie? What are you watching? What's your go-to?
I think that will be Peaky Blinders for the TV shows.
This might be the second interview in a row that someone said that.
Really?
Yeah, for
Well,
real.
okay. So I'm not creative.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I've never personally watched it. I've heard wonderful things about it.
You have to watch it.
It's on my list
really
of things to watch.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps
And
talking about it.
movie, I would say Kill Bill.
Okay. I haven't
Really
seen
like-
that in, probably since it came out.
Come on.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Those are good answers. I'll have to check out Peaky Blinders. Again, like I said, this is the second one in a row that they've said that. So yeah, I keep people will ask me and I say I've been watching How I Met Your Mother.
Oh yeah. I think I only watched 1 or 2 episodes, but I never saw the whole series.
Yeah, it's 9 seasons long. I don't know how it's that
Yeah.
long, but yeah, I just needed something like kind of silly to watch before bed. I never watched it when I was like on air, like back in like what, mid 2000s or whatever. I've never even finished The Office, which oftentimes when I say I'm from Scranton, people are like, "Oh, I know Scranton. It's The Office, right?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never watched that yet in full either. But
Neither did I.
yeah, I don't think I was like in the right. Yeah, when that came out, I was like in my early 20s, and I don't think my humor was at that level at that age.
Yeah.
I've watched a few episodes since, and it's very funny, but I just never got into it.
Yeah.
But well, that's all I have for you. I didn't want to keep it too long, and I'm sure you're very busy and got lots to do. So
Thank you so
how's
much
everything?
for having me. It was
Yeah.
a really cool moment.
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm excited for like I said, I've listened to the record already. I kind of feel like I cheated though. Like I like waiting for the actual release. It feels like a bigger moment to me.
Yeah. It's gonna be, I hope.
Now, are you going to release like physical copies of it?
Yeah, we are doing like pre-sales for vinyl. And for CDs, I don't know yet if we're gonna do this or no. But yeah, we have physical records.
Very cool. And can that stuff be found on like a website somewhere?
Yeah, on our Instagram and our website, Novelist store, I think it's. But everything is on our social media also.
And that's been you built that up pretty big. I mean, I think Spotify is like a little over 450,000 followers.
Yeah,
Your
that's
Instagram page
amazing.
is up there too. Yeah, it's that's not an easy game to kind of win in. And I feel like you guys
Yeah,
are definitely
working on it hard.
yeah, constantly posting, constantly releasing, content, which is great. So I encourage anyone who is watching or listening to this to head over to the Instagram page and check that out because it's a lot of fun to go through.
Thank you.
Camille, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Best of luck this year with the new record and touring, and hopefully you'll be near me and I can come to a show.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome.
And
Thanks so much.
have a good day.
All right, you too. Take care.
Bye.